Yes, that was homework. So here we go. They say depreciation on the equipment. And then they want the cost price of the vehicles. They want, so it's all kinds of questions regarding the fixed assets. Okay? So, let's go look. First thing they want is they want us to calculate the depreciation on the equipment. Now, if I look here, no equipment was bought or sold during the year. So it's only the equipment that they show us. So if I look, I see there's the old vehicle. So equipment, I can look here. There's my equipment. Can you see it's exactly the same? So what would the depreciation be? The depreciation would literally just be the difference between last year's accumulated and this year's accumulated. Can you see that? Because nothing happened. There's no addition, there's no disposal, it's just the one equipment from forever. So it would be the 852, the 472 and the 344, and that gives me this is 11, eh? Is that right? Now can you see, I did my calculations here. I didn't go and write the answer again there. That's wasting time. You guys stop talking. That's wasting time. It's not necessary. They literally mark across the block. Okay? So if you just want to write the answer big there, they'll mark it. Okay. What's the cost price of vehicles on the 29th of February? Now let's quickly go look. If I look here, they give me vehicles at cost, so I have an opening. So for me personally, I would like to draw a little T. I have an opening of 1,250. Okay. What happens to vehicles? They were traded in, so there's a new one and there's an old one.
And for the equipment depreciation, if I put the 1278 in brackets.
Yeah, that's fine, because it is a negative. Okay, so now let's see. A new vehicle was 320. Nee? The vehicle I traded in, they tell me nothing here, but I can see here the cost of the one I traded in was 240. So what was my answer? What's the value of my vehicles the end of the financial year? Am I right? Am I wrong? My years are right. Eh? Okay, so what's my answer?
1330000.
You guys, you cannot now play the game of catching up. Grade 12, there's no time to catch up. So if you get homework, you do it. Hear me? You do not want to cry once the tests and the exams come. Term 1 is a picnic. Let me explain to you why. Because term 1, you do a task and a test. It's a picnic. Come term 2. Term 2, the day starts. You blink your eye and it's exams. Because term 2 has got a lot of long weekends. Right? It's a very short term. And then it's exams. So you cannot afford to think that this, what we are doing now, is the norm of your work pace. Okay. Here we go. So, this is something I always do and I do it wrong. Do not get in the habit of reading this. You have to read from your question paper, because if there's a discrepancy between your question paper and the answer sheet, they mark it according to your question paper. Number one. So my tip to you is, you know that 10 minutes reading time that you don't know what to do because it's accounting? Ne? What you do is you take your answer book and you take your question paper and you check that the questions here is worded correctly here. Ne? You just check that all your wordings are the same on the answer sheet than on the question paper, so that when you start answering, you don't have to refer back to your question paper the whole time. You can just use your answer sheet. Does that make sense to you if I say that? Okay. At least one person is awake. Must be because I'm so funny that everybody sleeps. Okay, so now can you see how nice they were? They want the depreciation on my vehicles. So I know I usually do salt, new, old, snow. Ne? Now they give it to me here already. Can you see? Salt, new, old. So they don't say snow, they say mso. You see? Okay, so let's see, what is the new one? The new one is this little guy that we traded in for. It's the 320. Ne? They say it's at diminishing balance, but new is always just the cost price. And it is 20%. And how many months do I have it? My year ends 28 February. So it's September, October, November, December, January, February, 6 months. And what is easy about 6 months and 20%? You just take the zero away. It gives you 32,000. Don't waste your time pushing buttons. On the traded in one, meaning the sold one. So the sold one, we need the carry value. Ne? Because it's on diminishing balance method. So I want the carry value, the start of the year. So here's the end of the year, last year. Here's the start of this year. Are we together? Why do they say 1st September? Oh, that's when the year ends. Okay. So now they give me the accumulated depreciation and I have the cost. So if I take the cost, ne, less the accumulated, I get the carry value, which is what? Anybody?
166.
And then I times with 20%, I sold it the 1st of September, so that's also 6 months. Ne? So 6 months, easy, it's 16640. And then I total. Please guys, whenever they give you something to total it, because this is a principal mark. This counts out of 5, so this is going to be 2, 2, 3. Okay? So, adds up as what?
181.
Thank you, baby. What's happening with you these days? Where's your work? I just want to make sure that everybody gets this. This 73,600 is 28 February 23, meaning it's the 1st of March 23. It's the start of the year accumulated. Ne? I still need to calculate the depreciation, and that's what I did here. The 16,640 will go here, and then I'll have a new carry value here. You guys with me? Okay, what's the profit and loss on the trade-in? So for me, I love T's. Now because they didn't ask a formal T, I just do it as a calculation. So I have a cost. Now what do I know? My accumulated was 73,600, and now the new one is 16,640. Can you see I didn't add them together? because this is a calculation. I sold it, or I traded it in for 153,660, and what does that give me?
Negative 3,900.
So we made a profit of 3,000.
900.
So 3,900, and please, because they ask profit or loss, you're going to say profit. Why are you talking? Another way that you can do it is you can use the carry value. Ne? So if I look here, I see the carry value was 73,600. I depreciated that's the accumulated. Ne? So I have an extra 16,640. Right. So that gives me an accumulated of 90 whatever. So if I take the 240 less the 90, I get a carry value of how much? What do I get the carry value? Anybody?
1497.
Say again, baby.
149,760.
Okay. And then I can see I got 153,660. I got more than what it's worth. So it's a profit.
Isn't that what you did in the T account though?
Exactly. It's just some people do it where they compare the carry value with the sales price. Okay, now they say here, and this is so friendly of them because this is the first year they actually do it like this, where they told you, remember to transfer these things to note 3. Because most of the times they don't say that, and then people forget to do it. So where's note 3?
There's no note for it. It's only the income statement.
Oh, and there's no balance sheet. I thought it was the income statement. Okay, so now, what do I want to transfer here? First of all, I want to transfer the profit on asset disposal of 39, and I want to transfer the depreciation of 18,1360. So those are 2 bagels. So let's start. So now let's have a look. So we've done number B, that is, we still need to depreciate equipment, right? So the depreciation isn't just that 18,1360. Am I right? So now I've got a conundrum. I can either say 18,1360, scratch that out, and add the equipment. Did we calculate the equipment? Yes. 127,800. So if I total it, it gives me what? 309.
Yeah. 160.
Okay. The company maintains a 60% on cost markup. Note that goods costing 115 were sold at a markup of 40% on cost to internal employees. Now, how are we going to do that? Let me just quickly go here.